Hi, I'm Jason Sterling. This is a speed build of a base game and Adventure Awaits only build. So I never use any CC, but I'll say that because it seems like everybody says that nowadays. No custom content and just those, or just that one pack and the base game, right? So this is a speed build using those two assets. Now, as we go through this speed build, I'll come in and out maybe with a few thoughts and ideas about what's going on and what influenced my decisions with this particular build. Call it the cliff, the cave, and the treehouse. It is designed as a sort of artist retreat so that you can use it with the new getaway system if you want to do that. It works really well to run it as sort of an artist retreat bed and breakfast type of place. I did a live stream, in fact, where I play tested it and with my sim family and their kid. And so not only did it work, we made a fortune. It was a lot of fun. Actually, it was a lot of fun on that particular getaway that we hosted at our house. The name, the cliff, the cave, and the treehouse, and the build itself was inspired. I was by a video I was watching. I was watching a video tour of a home that was a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired home, and like a lot of his builds, the first floor when you entered was very compressed and a little bit dark. And then as you go up to the second floor, of course, it gets much more expansive. It opens up. A lot of windows, a lot of light. And the person conducting this online tour, or sort of discussing it, referred to this particular home as the cave and the treehouse because the bottom floor was particularly dark and compressed and the upper floor particularly open and light. Now, this is not a replica of that house in any way, shape, or form. It's not even close. But that idea, that term of the cave and the treehouse kind of stuck with me, and I thought, hey, maybe I'll design something with that same sort of thought. And so I took the Prospector's Paradise lot here in Gibby Point. I don't remember which neighborhood. I don't remember what the neighborhood's called. Crystal something, maybe, where you pan for crystals. And there's a bunch of mountains kind of right directly behind it. So I thought, well, maybe sort of a little rock outcropping here makes some sense. We'll do a little rock outcropping. We'll put in a little small sort of stream area, and we'll build under one part of it a cave type structure house. And then we'll do some trees around the stream, create a tree house. Now, while I was putting together the rock formation that was going to form the bases for this home's sort of overall structure, to this other side, because I had the cave over here to the left, the treehouse in the back. To this other side, I noticed that it looked a bit like the shape and structure, and I'll throw a quick picture in here, the Cliff Dwellers homes, say in Colorado, like a Mesa Verde. And I thought maybe we should do something kind of hearkening back to that as well. And the top of these rock formations does remind me of the top of a mesa. My son and I recently went camping, almost really inspired by this pack because I spent so much time building camping stuff and kind of thinking about when he and I went camping that I got fired up and decided, hey, let's go camping again. Let's go check it out. So we went and looked at some mesas in western Oklahoma, did a little climbing, did a little hiking. And I thought the top of this looks a bit like a mesa too. So let's maybe build something, some sort of platform up there as well where we could walk along the top. And since this is an artist retreat, eventually I put an easel up there so you can paint. And although I doubt the Sims really found it inspirational because it's not programmed into the game that way, the very first painting that was painted up there was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. It was worth like $1,700, so it was a masterpiece, and it was just brilliant. Super, super exciting, right? So I know it was inspirational. Even the Sims knew. Even though they're not programmed to know, they still knew. Now, these mesas, of course, here in the game for this particular build are very low. They are not as elevated as even the mesas in Oklahoma, and certainly not in Colorado. Mesa Verde in Colorado is very high up. When you see pictures of the cliff dwellers' homes, it looks a bit like, oh, well, that's just down on the ground, right? No. I got a serious case of vertigo just trying to drive up to the top of the mesa, because basically what you're looking at there is kind of a little bit of like a canyon or something inside the mesa, right? So it's very, very high up. Here, of course, our mesa top, just a little bit off the ground, about 4 stories up off the ground. The way this build is set up, and you can tell from the original sort of outline of a structure that I made, it did change quite a bit, especially what I think of as kind of the family home to this side versus the guest residences to this side. And originally, the family home did not have a second floor. It was just a first floor. So it was just a place, what became the family home. It was just a place to eat and hang out for people who might come for the retreat. The cliff dweller side, which is now the guest residences, that was where the people that owned the home slept. So I had the parents on the first floor and the kids on the second floor. As I decided to convert this into a getaway model, I had to change that. And I decided it made a lot more sense that you would have these sort of separate areas for the two groups. I created a master bedroom and a kid's bedroom on the second floor of the family home, the main structure. And then I converted this. I didn't even really convert. I just declared the other 2 bedrooms over on the cliff dweller side as guest residences. There's enough room there for 4 people to sleep, especially with 4 twin beds. I think maybe right now I have double beds in there, but I'm going to switch them to twins before I upload it. So there'll be enough room for 4 guests. I think I've already done that. In fact, I know I have, because on the live stream, I had 4 guests. The live stream, I did kind of play testing this as a getaway. I had 4 guests. And so there's 4 twin beds there now, and each room has a bathroom. So somebody's going to share the room and the bathroom, but it's that sort of place. It's communal. It's communal. It's an artist commune. That's what it is. In the back, of course, the Treehouse is the artist studio. There are 4 easels set up there. Like I said, there's a 5th one. There's a 5th one up on the Mesa, and Sims use it a lot. They go up there and use it a lot. So again, do they know that it's inspirational? Well, no, they don't. But obviously, they act like it is. You know, like, I'm going to go up here on high and paint. I'm going to go way up here high, kind of paint, feel inspired. But the main artist studio is here in the Treehouse. That's all it is. It is connected to both the main house with a small set of stairs in the back, and to the guest residences, it's more fully connected. A large deck pulling those 2 spaces together, you know, elevated up off the ground. The structure is connected in a circular fashion, so you can go up to the guest residences, across to the artist studio, around to the guest or the family home, the main home, and then back to the exterior. So it does go in a circle. Now, the weird thing is, and I've play tested this, Sims will use any ladder in the game. They're all routable. Everything's routable. For whatever reason, half the time Sims will go all the way up to the top of the Mesa, walk a short distance across it, come back down a ladder, and then cross over to the artist studio instead of just going up a short ladder where the guest residences are, and then crossing to the artist studio. Sometimes. Or it might even be as easy just to go through the main house and come through the artist studio through the sort of back side door. Now, obviously, I really like this build, or it wouldn't be up, in my gallery. It wouldn't be doing a video of it. But I do. I think it's imaginative, and it does strike me as a sort of place that might work as an artist retreat. You could maybe also do pottery here. You could do, since it's close to the gym, what do you call that? Gym, like crystal panning area. So there's a little water area, like literally a few steps from this build in the world of Gibby Point, where you can pan for crystals. It would be a great place to have maybe a jewelry retreat or someplace designed to teach you how to make jewelry, right? I did not do that here. Simply, I also thought of it as kind of a yoga retreat. You could put like a meditation, kind of place up there on the Mesa. I didn't do that simply because I was going for a base game only and this pack only build. But I do think that Crystal Creations would be an excellent pack to integrate here instead of painting, instead of artistry. And I may do that myself at some point because, like I said, then maybe you could, I don't know that it's an option. I'd have to look. But if it's an option to send your Sims to go pan for crystals, it would be a neat sort of setup. Plus, your Sims that live there, or if you take your Sims there on vacation, you can always direct them to go pan for crystals and then come back and make jewelry out of it, right? Right. So I do think that would be really, really cool. Kind of alternate uses for this particular build. If you like it, it's available on the gallery, of course. My ID is Jason Sterling, RMC. It's also linked below, a direct link to the gallery where you can find this build. Also links to all of my not all of my social media platforms, but the ones I actually tend to post on and use are linked below as well. Check those out, and please hit like, subscribe, and notify. We will be doing more builds coming up, more tours, about a couple of more builds with this particular pack to go through, and some more gameplay. Like I said, I've been doing some gameplay. It's got a little more gameplay coming up with this pack as well. So please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And until next time, like with every time, thanks for watching.